Ladies and gentlemen, we have a breaking news within the hour, few minutes ago, I think 1 hour ago, or less than 2. Nnamdi Kanu was in court this morning, and judgment has been delivered by the Supreme Court in Abuja on his case. The court decided, in all its wisdom, that Nnamdi Kanu has a case to answer. So the court has sent him back to the Federal High Court for trial. Now, this case don't linger on for years. They first go Federal High Court for Abuja, then they go Appeal Court. Then now they have come to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court has decided that he has case to answer. Count charges are 15. Federal High Court, at first removed 7. Appeal Court removed the other 8. Supreme Court came now and have restored the charges, and they are going to go back and start trial again. Let me show you the news. The Supreme Court has upheld the federal government's appeal, challenging the verdicts of the Appeal Court, which dismissed the charges against Nnamdi Kanu. In upholding the government's appeal, the Supreme Court held that Kanu must face trial at the Federal High Court. The Supreme Court in the judgment delivered by Justice Emmanuel Agim, but prepared by Justice Garba Lawal, held that the Court of Appeal was wrong to rule that Kanu could not be tried again based on the illegality perpetrated against him by the federal government following the invasion of his home. Also, the court held that although the Nigerian government was reckless and unlawfully rendered Kanu from Kenya, such unlawful act has not divested any court from proceeding with trial. Justice Lawal said that no Nigerian law was cited in the suit seeking Kanu's release on the grounds of unlawful abduction from Kenya. According to the court, at the moment, the remedy for such an action is for Kanu to file a civil matter against the act instead of removing the powers of the court to continue with his trial for alleged criminal charges. Kanu was arraigned before Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court in Abuja after his extradition to Nigeria by the federal government. He was facing a 4-count charge of treasonable felony, conspiracy to commit treasonable felony, terrorism, illegal importation of radio equipment, and defamation of former President Muhammadu Buhari. The charges were later amended to a 15-count on terrorism and membership of proscribed group. Justice Binta Nyako in a ruling dismissed 8 of the 15 counts, saying that Mr. Kanu had questions to answer in the remaining 7 charges. Dissatisfied with the ruling, Mr. Kanu appealed to the Court of Appeal. The Court of Appeal dismissed the remaining charges and ordered that Mr. Kanu be released. In a twist, the court then granted a stay of execution of his judgment after the federal government had told the court that they were appealing to the Supreme Court. So let me try to explain in small way wetin dey happen. When Nnamdi Kanu dey wake that time, when those all back and forth they go on about agitation for Biafra, he run go Israel. So Nigerian government dey find out to arrest him when he dey Israel, and you cannot go and arrest him from Israel. If like that, I said, like Mohammed made some statements, say this shall not bring back Nnamdi Kanu, they will hear from us. Then Nigeria say, no be also, now you, now put us on wahala. Anyway, I don't know what how they take deceive Nnamdi Kanu go Kenya. Some people say that woman they take deceive her go. Immediately land Kenya, now federal government arrest her for Kenya. Nigerian government arrested Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya. Now, they extradited him and brought him back to Nigeria. The argument was that the arrest was unlawful and illegal. Let them bring her court. They gave him 4-count charge. Later, they came and amended the 4-count charge to 15-count charge. Federal High Court judged the matter for Abuja. They struck out 8 of the 15, but they found him guilty on 7. Nnamdi Kanu say the way they want to bring her from Kenya is unlawful, and they cannot try him after an unlawful arrest. So the court does not have the power to try him. So he appealed the case. After he had been found guilty on 7, he could appeal the case. They go carry the case, go appeal court. Appeal court can cancel the other 8. Say he has no case to answer and that he should be released. Before they release him, federal government will appeal the case to Supreme Court. And federal government asks for a stay of execution. A stay of execution is that you say, may we release an appeal, we don't appeal the case. May they wait until Supreme Court give us judgment. And if appeal court say, well, our senior brother Supreme Court, the case don't deal with them. So may we wait, may we not release them first. Now that they don't judge the case today for Supreme Court, the Supreme Court say, actually, he has cases to answer. So the Supreme Court is sending them back to the Federal High Court to try him for the charges that are left. So Nnamdi Kanu is going to begin trial. He go remain for jail first. How long that trial go take? I can't categorically tell you one thing now. Then our guy the top will now say another thing. But basically what they're trying to do is to keep him in detention as long as they can. Because they feel say once Nnamdi Kanu is released, the agitation for Biafra will start up afresh. And Nigeria does not have the power to come and face that kind of wahala now. Especially with all these with people wey they do now. So say that they scatter their house here. So say that no one give them work for there. So say, all those wahala they go. And they feel if they release him, if he get the way it go be. That is why they are all doing all this. But let's see. Trial will begin. How long it's going to take? Let's watch. I'll be here. I will tell you if there is a development come up.